Podcast Episode-3 with Dr. Ajit, Parulekar, Director, Goa Institute of Management. You've taught at IIM's international schools and lead Goa Institute of Management. You've seen higher education evolve for over 2 decades. If you could redesign the MBA curriculum from scratch today, what would be your top 3 non-negotiable subjects?
If I had to redesign an MBA program and look at what would be my top 3 subjects, I think, this is not about the traditional subjects. I think one of the things is going to be how to leverage technology. Currently, it's going to be Gen AI and a couple of digital, how to leverage these technologies for competitive advantage. And I think this is not a generic technology, but whatever you're passionate about, using technology for that particular part. So let's say if you're passionate about brand building, how to use Gen AI for brand building. If you're looking at supply chain, how to use blockchain, how to use AI, how to use data, for blockchain, and depending on whatever application you're looking at blockchain, whether it is, crypto, or whether you're looking at, distributed ledger to bring in more integrity into your system. I think so. That's the first one that I think I'd want programs to look at. The second thing that I think is very, very important is understanding how people work, how multi-generational, especially how to work in multi-generational environments, and leverage the strengths and kind of peer mentorship. And that's extremely important, because today we find, unlike any other time in the past, you have 5 to 6 generations that are working in the marketplace, and this number of generations are going to increase, and they're very talented, but they're very, very different from each other. So if you don't have a skill about how to managing these people, you're going to look at the way traditional organizations work. Not only is it that you're not going to be successful, you're going to be an organization in chaos, an organization that's going to be unhappy, people at each other's throats. And therefore, I think that is the second thing that I think would be, very, very important. The third part, I think, is, looking at the long haul. And therefore, when you're looking at the long haul and understanding business models, understanding the situation in which your organization or whatever context, your brand, your product, your investment is, and then, learning how to form the narrative, because I find that's a place that are people struggling. Having a brief, concise narrative, whether it's a narrative for strategy, whether it's a narrative for investment, whether it's a narrative for, government permission, getting the narrative precise, backed by adequate amount of data, making a convincing argument. I think that's a place where MBAs really, are expected to work, perform, and do well.